First caution of the day in the Kobalt Tools 500 on Fox. Casey Kane inadvertently led a lap under that caution flag because he tried to come onto pit road, said he wheel hopped it. Look at him coming into the pit road picture right there behind the blue car of Ryan Newman. Wheel hopped it, and instead of hitting Newman, shot across, missed the commitment cone because hitting that's a violation. So he stayed out, got 5 points for leading a lap.
Remember, he comes in here third in the points, only 26 points behind Kyle Busch, the leader.
Looks like we're ready for our Claret and Clear to Drive restart. Live Claret and Clear, indoors and out.
I think Robbie Reiser's down there right now scratching his head saying, what does he mean when it says it's shaking its guts out?
I'm not sure how to fix that.
I'm not sure if I know what to do with that.
Now, our girls and guys down in the pits give us a lot of information. Said Jeff Gordon is way too tight. Feels like they're in big trouble right now. Kevin Harvick, after 38 laps on a set of tires, said he was showing a little bit of cord in the right front when they took those tires off.
We're back under green with 41 laps complete. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Kyle Busch, and Carl Edwards just the way they were before the caution. Kevin Harvick, the new fourth place car. Jeff Gordon fifth, climbing the hill and under fire from the 07 of Boyer.
Got a lot of guys here fighting to get that lap back or be the first car one lap down. You know, I think we're in Atlanta in honor of a beautiful Sunday afternoon. What do you think?
No snow.
Let's crank it up.
Second chapter of this story looks much like the first. Dale Earnhardt Jr. giving the field the goodbye look, but for Kyle Busch, who's able to hang with him.
He will be. Kyle Busch is there now. I think he'll be able to hang with him. But listen, you know, we talk about these cars. I said how slow these cars are. You know where they're slow at? Not on the straightaway. They're still 200-mile-an-hour straightaway cars. They're just slower through the turns.
You know, 2 or 3 cars I've been watching. Tony Stewart, you see him in the black and orange number 20 car up there. He started back in the 32nd position. He has worked his way to 11th. He was almost there before that caution. And then right behind him, you see Jimmy Johnson in the 48. I will guarantee you, Matt Yoakum, they made some heavy adjustments on that car.
Larry Mack, Ron Malik, the car chief, probably has wedge-itis as many rounds as they made adjustments on this 48 car. But the biggest issue that they've been fighting all weekend long, when they fix one problem, they hurt the car in another area. Jimmy says it's almost like when you're racing at Rockingham or Darlington, just how much this car is sliding loose.
I'd say that's why they'll be to pit road every chance they get. Every time a yellow waves, it won't be any strategy. It'll be 4 tires, and I'm sure adjustments.
Doing awesome.
I think we'll know about that.
Next position is the 1 car.
I think we'll know about this 48 team and what the future holds for them on a day like today. Because they really are known for making their car better, making the right adjustments and getting it better. Always gearing it toward the end of the race. Today will be a good test for them.
You've heard Stevie Reeves up on the roof, Jimmy's spotter. The night before the Daytona 500, his grandmother slipped and fell at home, braced herself so she wouldn't fall against the wall, kind of like Jimmy almost did right there. And Steve's dad said, "Do you want me to take you to the hospital? You want me to take you for x-rays?" "No, no, Daytona 500's tomorrow. I'm not going. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to watch the Daytona 500. She went to the hospital Monday. Her arm was broken, but she was not going to miss the Daytona 500.
That's what you call a trooper. I have figured out since last week, Horton is a movie that's coming out. Caught me off guard last week.
Jim Carrey, Steve Carell, all-star cast as that Dr. Seuss book comes to the big screen.
Carol Burnett, she's in that movie.
thing we can't accuse Atlanta of being, Darrell, and that's a line-sensitive racetrack. They are spread from the bottom to the top of this place.
No, you know, today they're just doing the slide job. They go in the corner and just let her slide, and hopefully nobody's in your way and you get her caught before she hits the wall, because these cars are really slip sliding all over the place. And we've seen this all weekend. The drivers have complained about that with the car here this weekend.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. leads 50 laps in this race when he comes past the start-finish line. Twice in his career, he's led more than 100 laps here. You're watching NASCAR on Fox.
This is sponsored by Budweiser. Reach for the perfect balance of flavor and refreshment. Budweiser, the great American lager.
Kasey Kahne, after his pit stop, remember he stopped after everyone else on the lead lap, so right now he's back in 18th. 22 cars are on the lead lap, and Kyle Busch had made serious inroads on Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s lead, cutting it to 0.7 of a second. And then Kyle, coming off turn 4, almost got himself a piece of the wall, and he's backed it off a bit, Darrell.
Yeah, had him a whoops. The thing really got out from under him, and I think right now he's just kind of getting his breath and regrouping a little bit. He'll come back, though. That car is pretty fast. Watch this. That's really in most people's mind, that'd be out of control. With him, that's just fun.
If we show replays of things like that about him, our show will be constant replays all day long, I guarantee you.
I just hope he doesn't decide he wants to pass on the apron today. And I got to explain that one more time to folks that don't understand. Daytona and Talladega, inside line, out of bounds. Everywhere else, go wherever you like. It's up to you. But it'd be nice if you used the racetrack every now and then.
Kasey Kahne led that one lap under caution. Otherwise, it's been all Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the first 58 laps of this race. We're at 117 of the 500 miles.
Now it looks like Kyle is starting to reel Dale Earnhardt Jr. back in. The last 3 or 4 laps, ever since that situation off turn 4, Dale Earnhardt Jr. was beating him about a 10th or 10th and a half a lap. Now Kyle is making another run at him.
What happens, Larry, is you get up there and you get really, you really want to get after it and catch him, and you overdrive the car. Then you got to slow down and say, okay, I got to back off a little bit earlier. I got to take it a little bit easier, and you see him go by right here. That's all it was. He just regrouped, said, I'm overdriving the car. Got to back off. Now here he comes.
New leader, Kyle Busch, who won Friday night, dominated Saturday afternoon, and goes to the lead Sunday for the first time at lap 60.
And I'm not so sure that Junior just didn't say, look, he's making me drive way too hard right now. Let him go.
And the reason we're showing this on the right-hand side of your screen, I've been watching Juan Pablo Montoya in the 42 car there. If you go back to last year, this was the type of racetrack he really prevailed at. He loves running the high line, even though he's right around the bottom right now. But remember, go back a year ago, Dick, this is where he got his very first top 5.
He did, and he was absolutely dazzling here last year as well, and doing a terrific job of it right now. He started this race in the 19th position. He is currently running in 13th. They did a fair bit of work on this car to try to get it right. The tire, everybody knows, does not have a lot of grip. This morning, his crew chief, Donnie Wingo, told me that he could make the car loose, he could make the car push. The only thing he wasn't able to do was make it happy. Looks like he's got that job done today for his driver, Juan Pablo.
And we watched him in yesterday's final practice. The only practice yesterday is he kind of just slides it. He had the best 10-lap average of anyone yesterday.
And then what happens inevitably with the situation like we got here this weekend, by Sunday morning, I can't tell you how many times you go through the garage area, you go through the motor coach slot, talk to other drivers, talk to other crew chiefs, you come up with the magic setup.
Oh. Denny Hamlin seems to have found it. He just went past Jeff Gordon for 5th place and joins our list of Toyota top performers.
I think if Denny Hamlin can ever get caught up with those top 3 or 4 guys, I think he can give them a run for the money. You know, go back to the fall race. Remember, he was leading on the last restart and had water in his fuel and got ran over by Martin Truex Jr. But he has a good car here, it looks like.
Yeah, and he needs a good run. They've had their fair share of bad luck so far this year.
By the way, that water in the fuel situation was traced not to the tanks that are used as part of the permanent fuel installation here, but there was a remote fueling setup down at the other end of pit road using a tractor trailer and the compartments in that tank. And there was some water apparently in one compartment that got into the lines and affected several cars. Sunoco officials have since changed their procedures for using that type of equipment, and that should certainly prevent a recurrence. This is the 4th race of 2008. 1 driver's led all 4. Guess who?
Oh, the plot thickens. Stay tuned for more NASCAR on Fox.